If you want to master fighting at a level that 95% of players don't, you need to understand the 11 fighting fundamentals of Fortnite. The majority of Fortnite players right now don't have the patience to round out their skill set. That's why in this video, I'm going to highlight the 11 fighting fundamentals so that you can start improving and making your way to the top. Just one more thing before we get started, make sure to use my creator code in the item shop. It helps out more than you can imagine. The first fundamental is edit accuracy. The reason we're starting off with edit accuracy is the fact that while you're fighting, every missed edit is a missed opportunity to push a fight further in your favor. If you watch every single pro player fight, you'll notice that no matter how fast or slow they are, they absolutely do not miss more than 2 to 3% of every edit they go for. Consistency beats speed in every single scenario. Master this fundamental and watch your ability to pick up quick eliminations skyrocket. The second fundamental behind becoming a good fighter is your aim. Aiming in Fortnite is the main contributing factor in your ability to win fights. Every professional player is extremely efficient when it comes to aiming. If you notice inconsistency with your shots, start an aim routine that you can commit to doing every single day. Whether it's Kovacs or one of the several in-game aim training maps in creative, you need to be actively trying to improve your aim every single day. Movement is the third fundamental you need to master. Every time you apply pressure to a box, strategic and quick movements are going to help you win more fights. If you've ever fought against a pro player, you'll notice they're extremely hard to track, and this is solely due to their movement. Pros always move in a way that keeps them at a right hand peak, decreasing the chances of them taking damage while trying to pressure. Start being fully conscious of the way you move while you're fighting. Move counterclockwise around enemy builds, and don't let your movement give away your next move. Work to master this fundamental, and you'll notice an extreme difference in the way you end fights. The fourth fundamental is tempo switching. This is the most underrated and underutilized fighting fundamental in all of Fortnite. Tempo switching is being conscious of the speed you're playing at and being disciplined enough as a player to slow down or speed up while remaining in an aggressive position during the fight. Constantly switching your speed on the aggressive side is an extremely crucial aspect of high-level fighting. Creating a playstyle that's very erratic and unpredictable is incredibly valuable when it comes to becoming a better fundamental fighter. The hard part about being successful when it comes to your unpredictability is making sure your aim, mechanics, and game sense are at a high level. There's a spectrum when it comes to being unpredictable. Players who just run at your wall with an auto shotgun or pull out a riot shield and decide to run at you with it are erratic and unpredictable in the absolute worst way in terms of their skill. It's easy to be unpredictable in a negative way, and that's why this is the hardest fundamental to master. It all comes down to decisional actions. The fifth fundamental is peaking. Setting up proper peaks for yourself is incredibly important when it comes to learning how to fight fundamentally. Peaking properly reduces the chances of you constantly taking bad trades and dying every time you make an aggressive edit on low HP. High-level fighters are experts at making sure that every edit they make isn't going to impact them in a negative way. Also being able to take advantage and punish other players who don't peak properly. The way you stand is the most important part of making a perfect right-hand peek. If you're too far to the right, you're fully exposed. Too far back in your box, and you're fully exposed. But when you understand how to time your movement, edit tile selection, and when you confirm the edit, you'll have a perfect right-hand peek. The sixth fundamental is diagonal box fighting, literally the most rewarding way to attack any player's wall. The key to diagonal box fighting is making sure that you approach from the left side of an enemy box. If you're to their left, you have a right hand peek on the edge of their box, and they can't hit you unless they severely overexpose. Diagonal box fighting should only be utilized when you're on the same layer or you're one layer above. Being one layer above is the more rewarding position because of the extremely steep right hand peek you have on their wall. If you watch any pro fight, this is how they swing on walls every single time. Once you master the art of diagonal box fighting, your efficiency as a competitive fighter will increase an absolutely insane amount. The seventh fundamental is pump delay. Pump delay refers to the time it takes for your shotgun to shoot and then be ready to shoot again. Pros like Cooper, Reet, and Peterbot have fully mastered this mechanic, and they're able to time their edits and shots based around where their own shotgun can shoot and when their opponent's shotgun can't shoot. As soon as they see you shoot your shotgun to try and take a wall, they're going to go for a shot because you physically can't hit them since your shotgun isn't ready to shoot again. That's why you'll see them make wide edits and fully expose themselves to get shots off. It's because they know they can edit, shoot, and reset before you can shoot at them again. Being able to react appropriately to enemy shotgun shots is insanely valuable. As you apply this fundamental, you'll notice that when you go for shotgun shots in between your enemy's pump delay, your ability to finish fights without taking a lot of damage is going to improve significantly. The 8th fundamental is pressuring. This fundamental is what separates pro players from average players. When you've mastered how to effectively pressure someone, you can fully control a fight. Staying fully locked onto your opponent and never letting them breathe is very beneficial. Constantly shooting and pickaxing walls, combined with being very efficient in terms of how you track them from one box to the next, is how you stop them from healing and completely overwhelm them to secure the kill. You can watch any professional player and you'll notice that they all can put up insane amounts of pressure. That's why it's hard to manage against the pros. Master this fundamental and watch yourself stay in the dominant position during every fight you take. The 9th fundamental is game sense. Game sense is relatively difficult to learn and understand since it's a very broad topic, but the basic concept of game sense is making the proper decisions based on current and future situations. Lack of game sense leads to a lot of decisional errors like overcommitting, making the wrong edit, and not recognizing a bad play you're about to make. High-level players consistently make the right decisions, and that's what keeps them at the level they're currently at. Their fighting ability is one thing, but the lack of decisional errors they make in their fights is the main factor in their skill set. Game sense isn't a skill you can just learn, it's something you acquire from playing the game constantly, and most importantly, being able to recognize the potential negatives of any move you're about to make in a fight. The 10th fundamental is crosshair position. Crosshair position is being mindful of where you're looking when you're not building. Your weapon crosshair should stay at head or chest level at all times. The majority of scenarios in Fortnite are highly reactive. If your crosshair isn't positioned properly, you have to take time and readjust your crosshair, which based on the timing could lead you to losing an unexpected 50-50 or getting taken off guard by someone editing on you. With your crosshair positioned properly, you only have to focus on reacting. No micro adjustments or readjusting, just making sure that you hit a harder shot than they do. The 11th and final fundamental is discipline. In every fight you take, there needs to be something in your mind that stops you from making bad plays. You need to be thinking about the potential consequences for everything. Your discipline as a player needs to be trained to the point where you can take a step back and look at what you're doing to see if any value is being gained. Everything you do should be deliberate and have an actual reason behind it. If you watch a game back, you should be able to give a reason for every decision you made. If you can't, then you severely lack discipline. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a comment down below and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.